Hello everyone. I am happy to meet you all in this video. I am going to explain a concept titled brand positioning, which is one of the very important activities to be performed by marketers. These are all a few details about me. What is the meaning of brand positioning? Brand positioning refers to the way by which a brand is defined in the minds of the consumers on important attributes. I very clearly stress upon a word brand. I don't want to name it as product positioning. Every brand has to occupy a unique place in the minds of the customers in comparison with that of other brands in the same product category. At times it is possible to occupy a unique place in the minds of the customers in relation to products belong to other categories also. So what is the real meaning of brand positioning? See, it is a way by which a brand is defined in the minds of the consumers. So it is a right of every consumer to define a brand the way he understands, the way he accepts, or according to his perception. Should you consume a product with a particular brand name to define its position in your mind? No, not necessary. Even based on what you learn from your known people or from a credible source, according to you, you can define a brand in your mind. Absolutely no issues at all. You don't require to travel by a particular airlines to develop positioning for the airlines in your mind. From what you heard from your friend who traveled by a flight of the particular airlines, you can develop positioning for it. You don't require to visit a country or a tourist spot to develop positioning about it. You can do so. You can develop positioning for the same by way of accessing information from media or from known people and so on. I don't want to name it as product positioning. It's a brand positioning because it's a place a brand occupies in the minds of the customers. That's what very important. Unimportant attributes that we will discuss in detail. It could also be a place, not ordinary place, unique place, special place, which is given by a consumer for a particular brand, not for all the brands in the product category. There should be a unique place a consumer should have given in his mind for Coca-Cola separately, for Pepsi separately. What will happen if he doesn't give unique place for these two brands separately? He looks at both the brands equally. Is it his mistake as a consumer? No. It is a mistake or failure of the marketers who fail to educate him properly or enlighten him properly. Why should he buy a particular brand ignoring that of other competing brands in the market? So do not blame the consumer. Consumer is always correct. If he doesn't know the distinctiveness of your brand, it is not his mistake. It is a mistake of the company, the marketer. That's how you have to understand. So it could also be a place a brand occupies in consumers' minds relative to competing brands. Now, how companies could develop positioning strategies and impart the same to the consumers so that the consumers well receive the positioning communication about the brands and develop positioning in the way the companies want the consumers to develop positioning for their brand. That's what we are going to discuss here. Product attributes. This positions the brand on unique or distinguishing features it possesses, such as low price, unique technology, versatility, or other features. See, what is this? If your brand is low priced comparing other brands in the product category, you can take it up as the base for developing positioning. Low priced brand, if that is suitable for the type of customers you target for. Unique technology. Suppose your product is designed with a unique technology which you don't find with other brands, or your brand is better in incorporating the unique technology comparing the competing brands, you can develop positioning based on that. Versatility. What is this? This is something multiple benefits like this particular brand is a versatile brand. Cannot be restricted with a particular one like the competing brands. If that is the case, you can develop positioning based on that. You can develop positioning based on color, if that is unique in your product, which you don't find with the competing brands, or style, or long tradition like Woodward's Great Water, which has been serving people for generations together. That is very well highlighted in the advertisements. That's what I'm talking about. So based on product attributes, you can develop positioning for a brand. What is the next point? Benefits offered. Positioning can be based upon the specific value provided by the brand. The specific value, what I mean, it could be a status. By owning a higher end model of Audi or a BMW or Mercedes-Benz or any other luxurious brand of automobile in the world, you tend to own the status because you don't buy such varieties of cars for basic transportation. So what I mean to say, based on the benefits people derive in the perception of the people, the consumers, you can develop positioning for your brand. That's what the idea. The third positioning strategy is based on usage occasions. Usage of a brand can be associated with the special occasions or values. Example, Titan watches were promoted as worthy gifts that could be presented to your dear and loved ones. Savor it. A vermicelli, which is marketed in India, is promoted as your lunchbox favorite. Cadbury celebrations, this is promoted as a sweet which could be shared with the people when you want to share your happiness, joy, or during celebrations or special occasions. This could be shared with the people who have gathered. This is what the idea about usage occasion. The next point we discuss here is users. A brand can be positioned based on its most important users. For example, a brand could be positioned online with the executives. This is preferred by executives. How Johnson & Johnson products are preferred by the lovable mothers. When you talk about Lux International, Lux is promoted as what? Beauty Stars toilet soap. Facial creams could be promoted based on the celebrity's endorsement. There are certain things like white clothes preferred by politicians in India, or different varieties of suits preferred by politicians in abroad, things like that. Now, I would like to discuss with you a brand, promotion of a brand named Boost. Boost is a brand which is promoted with the support of sports personalities who are expected to have a high level of stamina. So, always the brand is promoted by the endorsement of sports celebrities who are popular at that time. The sports personality might belong to various sport like cricket or soccer or any other. So what I mean to say, Boost is promoted in such a way that it is the secret of their energy. Supposed to have high level of energy to sustain till the end of the game. So Boost is a brand which is basically promoted as a brand that energizes the sports personalities. So in the same way, it will energize you. This is the idea behind this positioning strategy developed based on user category. Against a competitor, this strategy is appropriate for substitutes that cost less. If you have a substitute for other popular product category or popular brand, you can very well promote it as a competing brand or competing alternate for that product, and because your brand is low priced but able to fulfill the same set of benefits which could be fulfilled by the other brand or other product which is costlier. So this is what about the idea behind against competitor. Away from competition. Away from competitors, this positions the product as unique in some respect and are worth it. Example, 7-Up. That's what the best example that comes to my mind now. When 7-Up was launched, the company beautifully communicated to the consuming public that 7-Up is an uncola. Because they didn't want to develop competition among their own brands like Pepsi Cola and 7-Up. So, this message communicated to the public at the time of launching 7-Up. What? 7-Up is an uncola. Means what? If you prefer cola flavored soft drink, continue with Pepsi Cola. 7-Up is for people who prefer to have soft drink without cola flavor. That's what. So this is away from competition. We are not competing with that particular brand, though it belongs to the same product category. This is the idea. Away from competition. Product class. What is the meaning of it? The company may vary positioning as needed in relation to one or more competitors. Example, Kame hand washing soap is positioned away from hand wash liquid. though it is also meant for, specifically meant for hand wash. So, though it was a soap, it was positioned against the products of hand wash liquid. So, I have written an article titled The Inevitability of Positioning in the Present Marketing Scenario. It was published in the year 2002 in the Indian Journal of Marketing. If you want to go through the article, follow the link, access the article. Choosing and implementing a positioning strategy. The positioning task of a brand consists of 3 steps. 1. Identifying a set of possible competitive advantages upon which to build a position for a brand. 2. Selecting the right competitive advantages. And 3. Effectively communicating and delivering the chosen position to the market. In simple terms, in the first step, what we do, you as a marketer, identify the list of competitive advantages in your brand. What is the meaning of competitive advantage? It's an advantage your brand has gained over competition. The advantage could be identified in relation to many aspects, product features or additional features which you identify in the augmented level of product and so on. So after you identify the list of competitive advantages in your brand, comparing it with that of competing brands, you go to the second step. You select the right competitive advantage, right in the sense the best competitive advantage, based on which you develop positioning and communicate the same to the target market. That's what the third step. Let's get into the details of the first step. How will you identify competitive advantages? It is possible based on a few aspects. Number 1, product differentiation. Competitive advantage in your market offering could be chosen based on the features or performance or style and design of your brand. If your brand is superior than competing brands in these aspects, I am sure you will be blessed to identify a list of competitive advantages on the basis of your product itself. The second one is about service differentiation. Based on the service associated with your brand, what your company offers could be delivery, more professional way of delivery or timely delivery, keeping the promise to the customers with regard to delivery, installation, repairs, after sale services, training advantages and so on. And the next aspect based on which you can identify possible competitive advantages is personal differentiation. You can identify competitive advantages in your brand if your brand is made or crafted by a team of people who are well qualified and professionals working in your company. If your employees or team of HR are much better than that of the competitors, I am sure you can highlight that aspect as your competitive advantage and based on which you can develop positioning. The next one is about channel differentiation. Based on the channel the firms follow, positioning could be developed. The channel facilitates effective and fast way of moving the products, moving the market offers from the point of production to the point of consumption. Now, with regard to Maruti Automobiles in India, it has identified a greater competitive advantage on this aspect channel because it has established a wider network of sales and service throughout the country India. So it has enabled the company to identify a greater competitive advantage than competitors in this regard. The next one is about image differentiation. You can make use of or capitalize the image for your company, for your brands in the minds of the customers. Now say for example, if people think of, majority of the consumers think of Sony, Sony means quality. In television, Sony stands for picture quality, the finest picture quality. Once upon a time, when Onida was promoting its television, the television was promoted with the caption of Science of Sound. Owner's pride, neighbor's envy. It comes out with a beautiful sound system. You don't require a separate home theater. That's what about the idea behind, the perception of the people that are image people have got for your company. Make use of that image and try to develop positioning. Johnson & Johnson, it has really gained a better image in the minds of the mothers. As a company which is a greater company comes out with wonderful products meant for their just born. This is the image. Make use of the image and capitalize the same image by developing positioning. The second step here in choosing and delivering positioning strategy is selecting the right competitive advantage and deciding the overall positioning strategy. The advantage based on which you would like to develop positioning should be very important. Important for whom? Important for the customers. See, you can identify quite a lot of competitive advantages, but the advantage based on which you would like to develop positioning should be accepted to be important from the viewpoint of the customers. That is more important. Don't say all the differences which you identify in your brand comparing competing ones are advantages. No, that is not. It should be the aspect which you identify should be advantages enough for the customers. That is what important. Among those advantages, you select the one which is accepted to be more important by the customers. And the second one, distinctive. The advantage based on which you would like to develop positioning should be really distinctive. It should be unique, which you have identified in your brand. Superior. The difference should be superior to other ways that customers might obtain the same benefit. When you say based on this particular advantage you would like to develop positioning, the consumer should accept the fact that yes, your brand offers the benefit in superior way than the competing brands. This should be accepted by the customers. And the next one is about communicable. The advantage which you choose for developing positioning should be communicable and it should be understandable to the buyers. Don't come out with some technology or technical aspects in your brand which you cannot explain in your lifetime. I remember once LG was promoting a concept called golden eye. What is it, golden eye? That particular feature which LG has got in its television will automatically adjust the brightness of the room so that the eye, the vision of the viewers are really protected, and this is the idea behind it. So something when you come out with an idea or you identify a technical aspect, try to communicate the technical aspect in such a way the consumers can understand. You cannot expect all the consumers to be engineers to understand the technicality behind whatever you say. That's the idea. The next one is about preemptive. The difference or the advantage which you choose for building positioning should be very hard for other companies to copy. If it is easy for others to copy, they will also come out with a similar feature what your brand has got. Then again you have to go for repositioning the brand. So this is going to be a cumbersome task. Very often it should not happen. So make sure that the advantage based on which you would like to develop positioning for your brand is preemptive, very hard for others to copy. And the next one is affordable. The additional amount or the price which you want to charge for that unique feature based on which you develop positioning should be affordable for the customers. For example, now Sony says, yes, we have also accepted it stands for finest picture quality. But for that particular feature, how much it could charge additionally, that is what important. Whatever it charges for that particular feature which is appreciated by the customers should be affordable for the customers. It should be kept within the buying power of the customers. Next one, profitable. The difference must be profitable for the company to offer. When you promote an advantage as a base for positioning, it should bring in profit to the company. It should really stand for maximizing sale of the market offer. Then only it is going to be advantageous for the company also. Then let's get into the next concept, unique selling proposition. This concept suggests that the company picks a single benefit, that's what single competitive advantage to promote to the target market by becoming number one on that attribute. In simple terms, I could say that USP is the answer for only one question of the customers. What is the question? Why should I buy your brand? Ignoring the brands of competitors. The answer should be your unique selling proposition. This is the reason why we welcome you to buy our brand. What is the reason? Low price, or I give you more benefits, or my brand has got a better style which you love, or my brand is available in so many versions, or so many colors, or so many flavors, or my brand has been serving you people for generations together. A brand, a pioneer brand in the product market of the country. So something you need to identify and develop it as unique selling proposition. Now there are possible strategies of unique selling proposition given here in the table, and they have been derived considering two aspects: perceived benefits from the product from the perspective of customers, the price company charges for the product. Product, I mean the brand. More for more. That means what? We give you more benefits and you pay us more. This strategy is very much suitable for the target market coverage strategy of niche marketing. When you would like to target upon a small segments, niche segments where consumers are very highly quality conscious. They are ready to pay any amount of price for the market offer, provided the market offer is supreme in terms of quality. So more for more. More for the same. We give you more benefits, but you pay the same old price. Third strategy, the best strategy for the middle class consumers market. For the FMCG products which target upon the middle class consumers, this is a best winning value proposition. What is that? More for less. We give you more benefits, you pay lesser price. Not even the same price, you pay lesser price. Then the next one is about same for less. We give you the same, but you are going to pay lesser price. The price is reduced. And what is the last one? Less for much less. Due to some uncertainties, we are unable to offer you the same set of benefits which we were offering in the past, or because of your preference, we have removed one or two features from our product which you looked as what? Unwanted or unnecessary, in the product. So we have removed those features based on the customer's recommendation. Now instead of 5 features, our brand has got only 3 features based on your priority. So instead of charging $10 per unit of the product, now we have brought it down to $7. Or from 10 rupees, it has come down to 7 rupees. So try to convince in that way. So less for much less. So which value proposition suitable for your brand, that has to be chosen and develop positioning. The third step in choosing and developing positioning strategy, choosing the right competitive advantage and developing positioning strategy. The third stage is what? Communicating and delivering the chosen position. This is very important. After you identify the list of advantages and choose the best advantage based on which you develop positioning, you have decided about your USP based on that particular superior competitive advantage. The important part is what? You have to beautifully deliver it. That means communicate it to the target customers in such a way they understand the delivered position, so that they take their right of developing positioning for the brand in their minds. If you want to have a good fit between what you want them to do, what is the way by which you want them to position, and in what way they position your brand in their minds, to have a strategic fit between your expectation and what they do as consumers, you need to communicate the positioning strategy in a systematic way through proper communication. That's what about the third step. So thanks for watching.